right, Mick, a lot has been said of who will captain the side this season. Who has the job this week?
Well, we've got two terrific games. We play a side, Greater Western Sydney, in its second year of existence, with some young players coming through, all champions who will develop. So we've got to be very careful about that game. And they've got a sprinkling of senior players. They've got an old fox as a coach, one of my great friends in Kevin Sheedy. So it's going to be a ripping game for us. And Mark Murphy will captain that side. And we're going out there to do what we possibly can to win it, and display a few young players and a few senior players in different positions.
What about the second game against Sydney?
Well, Sydney, of course, reigning premiers, great side. Have a wonderful list of players, very well coached by John Longmire, and our captain will be Nick Digan. And Nick has earned that right by being on the leadership group. We've got great faith in him. He's got the real hallmarks of being a terrific captain, and I think that the player group will really rally around him and give the respect that's deserved because of his on and off field leadership.
How are you feeling going into this week's game? You've been out of it for a year now. Your first game coaching for the Blues. Are you nervous? Excited?
I haven't had a chance to be nervous. I'm very excited. It's just great to be with all the pre-season. The pre-seasons, that hasn't changed. I've been involved in pre-seasons now for nearly 40 years, or over 40 years. And it's a bit of a grind. Pre-seasons just tend to, you go through the October into November and then you're thinking, oh, there's Christmas coming up, got to get through to then. And then there's the cricket and the tennis, and you think we've got practice matches in between, and all of a sudden just it looms in front of you. Then you start to get a little bit apprehensive. You think, are we ready? And of course we're ready. You know, we've been training for such a long time, and the boys downstairs at the moment are ready to get on the training track, and they're desperate to get out in that ground and have a game of football. And that's what they train for. That's what they love. That's what they're getting. Their whole life is developed around getting games under their belt. So I'm very excited for them.
You mentioned the challenges that Sydney and GWS will present. What do you hope to achieve out of the whole NAB Cup campaign?
Well, we take on a mantra, a mindset of improvement, and that's it right throughout the football club, particularly the football department. We know we know what happened last year, and we know how hard it is to win premierships. We know how hard it is to make the 8. We're ever vigilant on history. History shows that the 8 changes every year. We want to be part of that, and the only way we can be part of that is to have a real positive attitude, have general improvement across the board, and have a mantra, if you like, or have our DNA based on this, that there are no limits. We've got to have players improving, demanding other spots on the ground, because it's a game of multi-positions these days, grabbing hold of the new game plan, and having an open mind on everything, so that they're not restricted, because I think mankind itself has got restrictions placed on it everywhere. And we want to have a mindset of no limits. So therefore we are looking for that improvement right across the board. So the NAB Cup presents that opportunity to us to get a team on the ground against, this week, an emerging side and the premiers. And we don't want to be restricted. We want to be able to say, like, we can match it with the best, and we can match it with these new young kids coming through. And we want to be able to do that. And you can only do that if you have a mindset that says we want to improve. And there'll be no limits placed on us. And
that'll obviously continue on as the season goes forward, that improvement.
Well, you don't advance unless you have an improvement. The best sides in the competition win a premiership. If they don't move forward, they go backwards. And we've got to have that about us, that every player, regardless of whether it be a 30-year-old Jared Waite to an 18-year-old Troy Menzel, there's got to be a rate of improvement in everyone, and they've got to demand that from themselves. And the only way to do that really is have a very good work ethic, have an understanding of the game plan, understand what it means to play for the Carlton Football Club. And it's on a trust basis, it's on a basis of the spirit of Carlton, and it's on a basis of excellence. And we want all those people, including staff, around that, to rally around that, to see a gradual improvement in every corner, so therefore we can go forward.
And finally, the club's just hit 35,000 members. What's your message to the supporters that might not have signed up for membership yet?
Well, if we're really fair dinkum about going to MCG, 35,000 is not going to get us there. We really need to hit that 50 plus target. And we know that we've got more supporters than 35,000. And it's just a matter of getting the time and thinking about why we need you as members, because that entrance into the gate, that money comes to the football club, which enables us to go to the AFL and say we have got 50 plus thousand members. We almost demand our right now to go to the home of football, MCG. But more importantly, club membership is part of a club. You think about what membership means. You are members of the Carlton Football Club. By standing outside that, you're a barrier. We want supporters, but we want people who have got a fundamental love of this football club to say we are part of the football club. Because being a part of the football club means that we grow, and that's what we're after.
Thanks, Mick. Best of luck this season.
Thank you very much.